what we are going to do is we will write regular expression using the check pattern tool and just verify those check patterns to practice these regular expressions. So here we can use this tool and we can create these check patterns. So there are 3 tasks you will find in that file that you will need to create. So you can also play with other types of pattern types like exact, prefix, suffix. Those can also work for them, but we want to use only regular expressions here. So we'll be using regular expressions. So the first one is, let me open. Okay, this is what we want to see here as per the task. Just hope you can see and read it. Okay, so the first is we want all alias that are dialed with the domain widget.com needs to be changed to cisco.com. So as per a regular expression, we have to create this by which any dialed alias with domain widget.com should be changed to cisco.com. So to use, we will be using j.smith@widget.com and we want it to be replaced with j.smith@cisco.com. This should be the result. Let's go ahead and create this. So for this one, let's put the alias against which we want to test it. So j.smith@widget. Someone has already used this tag to create these, so we can find it here. j.smith@widget.com. All right. Yeah, so this is the alias we want to check against. Then in the pattern type, we want regex and pattern string would be. So we want anything, we do not want to change or match based on the user portion only. We want to change the widget.com to cisco.com. So for that, we will be using, let's create a group one dot star, that could be anything in the first group, at the rate widget.com. This is my pattern string, and I will replace it with, I'll use a backslash here, 1, which means group 1. This will remain as is. And then I want to change or replace the next part, widget.com, with cisco.com. So these are the matches. This comes in and gets replaced with the first group as it is, and the second portion will be replaced with @cisco.com. Let's check this pattern. And we can see that it is successful. Alias matched to the pattern, and the result is j.smith@cisco.com. Yeah, so that's what we wanted in the first task. Next is all HT23 endpoints are registered to Expressway core have E.164 address containing 4 digits. Write a pattern that will add the prefix 8 to any search for these endpoints. For example, when an endpoint dials 4921, it needs to be changed to 84921. We could do that very easily with the help of prefix also. So just create a pattern and add a prefix of 8. But if we want to use regex, let's see how we can do that. So with this one, let's take any 4-digit number. So we our condition is any 4-digit number if is dialed. So let's suppose 4111. We are using regex. Now for any 4-digit numbers here. So let's suppose I want dot with curly bracket. What's my curly bracket? Up to 4 digits. Dot and then 4. This simply means that any number or dot will represent here any number, and 4 is fourth number of times, so 4 digits. Then I can use either a prefix. Let's just try with this. Add a prefix here, and the prefix is 8. So now, if this alias comes in, it should be replaced to this with just adding a prefix 8, and it should become 84111 while dialing. Similarly, we could add any prefix or suffix also. So we can see in the prefix it has added 84111. If I add any suffix, for example, like which is a use case where when HT23 do not use the URI formats, so we want to add a suffix. Let's suppose cisco.com to it. So if a number comes in with 4111 alias, it should be added with a suffix of @cisco.com to become a URI format. So this is the result here. Right, let's see the third one. The third one is endpoints that are registered to a neighboring expressway core starts with 2 or 3. Okay, so we want the first digit to be 2 or 3. There are 4 digits long, so then they can be any number starting with 2 or 3 only, and 4 digits long. So with a pattern that will match alias that are dialed to these endpoints, whether they have a domain or not. For example, a pattern should match the alias if the user dials 2001, 3931, 2001 @cisco.com or 3931 @cisco.com. All right. So if any request that comes with from any endpoint that starts with a number 2 or 3, if it can be either with a domain cisco.com or without a domain also, but only the numbers that should be allowed or matched should be 2001 3931 or 2001 with the domain or 3931 with the domain. This is a bit complex one. Let's create this. We can test it with, let's suppose, 2001. Regex, and for this one, we will create, let's suppose, so we will use a square bracket here for exact. Either we can use a range 2 to 3, or we can just use 2, 3. So
Matthew.
that means it is 2 or 3. And then backslash D, backslash D, backslash D. This represents any numbers, 0 to 9, any numbers. Yeah. Then I would need to use a, let's put that into a group. Which one like this? Okay, I'm putting them in a group. So this group means the first portion is 2 or 3, and then any 3 digits. That can be any number, right? Then I will use a pipe symbol, which means or if it is 2, 3 within square bracket, 2, 3 square bracket close, then backslash D, backslash D, backslash D, close this, and then use @cisco.com. As it says, it can be either with the domain or without the domain. So we are using a pipe symbol here, which represents or. So it can be any number starting with 2 or 3, and then any numbers after that. And or it can be any number starting with 2 and 3, any numbers @cisco.com. So that is our string here. Then we will just leave it, just match this and allow this, which matches this, and check pattern. And it is successfully matched with 2001. If I put in the alias cisco.com, it should match also. it matches. And if I use any number starting with 3, like 3931 at cisco.com, it should match. And if I use just 3931, for example, it should match. Yeah, it matches. But if we go back to the condition, it says that it should only match if the user dials these numbers 2001, 3931, 2001 at cisco.com or 3931 at cisco.com. Here, what we have done is we have only specified in the first portion that the first digit can be 2 or 3. So that means if the first digit will be something else like 4111, it should not be matched. Yeah, it is failing. So that is fine. But in the next three digits, we are using any number from 0 to 9. But here we want exact match as either, now see it carefully, the second digit should be 0 or 9. Third digit should be 0 or 3. And fourth digit should be 1. So let's create a very specific string here. So by changing this now to from any digits in the next three digits, we will create as per the condition here for this. So it will be a uh, square bracket. Second digit we want as a 0 in the case of 20, or for the second number is 39. So 0 or 9. Then I'll close this. So that is my second digit. First digit is 2 or 3. Second is 0 or 9. Then the third digit is again 0 or 3. And last digit is 1 only, right? And we will just copy this same and put it here after the OR symbol. After OR, we want only these digits to be matched with domain cisco.com. Check this 230903 or 1. Yeah, we can see it once again. So the first digit can be 2 or 3, second can be 0 or 9, third can be 0 or 3, last can be only 1, and then can be with or without cisco.com. So let's check now. So now if I put 2001, it should match. If I put 3931, it should match. 3931 at cisco.com should match. And 2001 at cisco.com must match. But any other number which does not match here, let's suppose if I change the second number to any number other than 0 or 9, let's suppose 4, this should not match. Yeah. If I put second number as 0, but the third number which should be 0 or 3, but I put 5 here, it will not match. Yeah, so this is more specific per digit that we have configured here. Yeah, so there are a lot of things in regular expressions. We can refer to the document to create the expressions. You can create these tasks, practice yourself, and that will help you create regular expressions which are used in Expressway. Yeah, so